The city of Chicago is in crisis mode right now. They're going broke from the migrant crisis. Chicago, honestly, is a city in a fantastic location. You know, like all the stock trades and all the options trades are all routed to Chicago. That's why Chicago is still like the financial hub, but many of these corporations and financial institutions are thinking about pulling out. Chicago is becoming more and more of a lousy place to live and do business with increasing crime. They're going broke from the migrant crisis. Seems like the Chicago residents could just never catch a break. In fact, recently the tourism industry is slightly taking a hit as well. Check this out. Chicago can't catch a break even in terms of fresh produce. Chicago has new restrictions aimed at blocking dollar stores from oversaturating neighborhoods, undercutting grocers, and creating food deserts. Now, there's a big produce. Chicago has new restrictions aimed at blocking dollar stores from oversaturating neighborhoods, undercutting grocers, and creating food deserts. Now, there's a few things you need to know about this. First of all, I don't really think it's because of the dollar stores that is forcing many fresh produce stores to close down. It's mostly because of the crime. The crime rate is so high. Walmart can't survive, Whole Foods can't survive, and Trader Joe is like, I'm definitely not opening here ever. So Chicago, because of the crime. The crime rate is so high. Walmart can't survive, Whole Foods can't survive, and Trader Joe is like, I'm definitely not opening here ever. It's forcing many fresh produce stores to close down. It's mostly because of the crime. The crime rate is so high. Walmart can't survive, Whole Foods can't survive, and Trader Joe is like, I'm definitely not opening here ever. So Chicago right now is taking a huge hit. And I don't want to put all the heat on Chicago. It's also places like San Francisco. It's also places like New York City. It's also places in many really bad cities with high crime. I don't want to put all the heat on Chicago. It's also places like San Francisco. It's also places like New York City. It's also places in many really bad cities with high crime.
Shalom, shalom, Yahshua, all praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, rawchaa, qadash. Yahawah is the name of the Heavenly Father, bahasham in the name of His Son, Yahawashi. Right, you can't come no other way. Right, there's no Yeshua, there's no Yahuwah, Yadua, Yanua, none of that stuff, man. Right, we're dealing with the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true power of the earth. And you could tell we're dealing with him because we're speaking according to his words. We have that light. We have the truth. We have the knowledge, the wisdom of the Lord because he put the spirit in us, not because of ourselves. So when we give him credit, we got to give credit to who? Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. All praises and glory goes to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Call Lord Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. And we're getting closer and closer to the time of starving motherfuckers. Hungry ass people, these prideful people. The Lord said, because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Yeah, paraphrasing. That's what's about to happen. Right? Pride of you people, pride of you women, pride of you 2/3. Right? Because the way things used to be is vanishing. That old world is vanishing. The world of cheap food, convenience, quick food. You be able to go down the street, get something to eat real quick. You be able to call a motherfucker, they bring you something to eat real quick, prepare for a famine, like the Bible tell you, right? You see the hyperinflation happening. Price of a Big Mac done went up 280%, right? You go back to the 1990s, man. You go walk in McDonald's when the food was actually had a taste to it, right? In the 80s, you get you a Big Mac meal for $2.99, right? You fast forward to 2024, a Big Mac meal is $17.59 in certain places. So what does the Bible say about this? This is biblical. 2 Ezra 16 and 21, it says, behold, the victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, right? They thought everything was going to be all them dollar stores popping up. Ooh, they got dollar stores. Ooh, $5 below, food for less. Ooh, the niggas was happy. The Hispanics was happy. Broke ass Jakes was happy. Them cheap ass food stores popping up. Ooh, girl, I'm about to go get me a bunch of stuff. We going shopping. And she getting food stamps, alimony, right? And the bitch got a job on the side, right? This hoe making damn near $150,000 a year. Bull just popping out babies, popping out kids, right? The Lord shutting all that down, man. You got Edomites, they lived off McDonald's, Burger Kings. right? Broke ass Jakes lived off this shit. It says Big Mac, $2.99. You get 2 cheeseburgers for $2.99. It was a time of the $2.99s, right? Now we in the time of what? $17.59 for a motherfucking hamburger and some fries and a bogus ass drink that's gonna give you a heart attack, right? You go down to Mexico, they're addicted to Coca-Cola. They're addicted to pop. It's nothing but a bunch of high blood pressure, fat diabetes motherfuckers down there dying, and they what's going on? We don't know. Man, you drinking all that bullshit. I'm reading it again, 2 Ezra 16 and 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. Right now, these niggas is in a state of confusion. What's going on? Everyone? Houses, you can't even afford to pay for your rent. You can't afford food. You can't afford medicine. You can't afford nothing. Right? That's the evils the Lord was talking about. What did he say? He said, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. It's going to be a time you ain't going to be able to get your meals, right? It says 15 major restaurant chains are being wiped out, right? No longer existing. You had motherfucking restaurants that's been open for 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, 16 years. They're closed. They're not coming back. They're not coming fucking back, right? You're looking at the downfall of America, the end of America. These people are about to starve. It's the book of Isaiah, 19 verse 15. It reads, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. With all these stores closing, it's less people employed. Less people employed, right? Less, with all these crimes happening in these cities, it's less businesses moving into the cities. It's businesses moving out of these cities. The so-called major cities, right? What did the Lord say? Let's get this other verse right quick. I'm going to read the book of Barak 4 verse 31. It reads, I'm going to start at 29. For he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. I keep telling you, well, really the Bible telling you, and I'm just the messenger. Here, we're just messengers. The only credit we want is the credit from the Heavenly Father. We're just here to spit this message that the Lord done put in us, right? As I'm reading again, for he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. That's where we're looking for salvation, right? We got to get through this tribulation to see salvation. It says, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee, right? We about to be comforted in a time of hell on earth. If you're the elect, if you done present your bodies a living sacrifice and the Lord is dealing with you, you're going to be okay, right? It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve, right? Look at these cities, man. Look at down south. Niggas was down south picking cotton. That is a fucking piece of shit ass place down there, man. Right, nothing but a bunch of racist, angry people, right? They act like they got that southern hospitality. That bullshit been died. Right now down south, you got nothing but killers, murderers, and abominable people. Abominable. Even that Christian spirit done disappeared from down south. When you went down south, it was a Christian type of spirit. That done died. Now you got abominable men, wicked men. Right? That spirit has spread throughout the four corners of America. It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee. What else down south with all the fucking, where Jake was doing all the labor for these slaves, for these devils, for the slave master. Ain't no businesses down south. Ain't nothing but poverty down south. Right? Nothing but dried up land down south. Ain't nobody doing nothing with it. Right? You go to Mississippi, Alabama, right? Louisiana. Right, you go to these places where captivity was hard than a motherfucker. It ain't nothing but poverty, right? It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons, America. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. Right now, America's being destroyed. America's being destroyed. The spirit of destruction is upon the harlot, right? That whore. I'm going to go back to the book of Isaiah 19 and 15, it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail branch or rush may do, right? It's going to be a closing of the businesses in this society, right? You're going to go to your job one day, it's going to be a sign on the wall talking about we're no longer working, we're no longer active, this business is closed, we're no longer functioning, right? That's what's about to happen. Whether you work at a grocery store, right, or you work at a power plant, whether you work for some corporate industry, all the motherfucking business is about to close. I'm going to read it again. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it, right? The Lord is about to do his thing, and no more work, no more Hollywood, no more happiness, no more good music, no more nothing. Yeah, just drugs, crime, and death. Drugs, crime, and death, and misery. That's what it says. Misery are the cities, right? And the land of Judah shall be a terror. This is where you Israelites about to turn up on these fucking people here in America, right? The Lord's about to put his spirit on our people to turn up on these people here in Babylon the Great. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Why do you think the white boys been looking for? They said the biggest threat to America is these black people. There's a black unity, a group, and this is what they've been reading that Bible, because they know they are spiritual Egypt. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he hath determined against it. Right? The Lord got these niggas, they wake up, they call the homie, man, it's 4 of them in a car. They done stole 3-4 cars, and guess what? They going out robbing. Right? Them niggas, they done made it a business. Right? It done became a business. They call it crime. What they should call that shit, they have a name for it where crime is put together by an organization, right? It ain't just niggas robbing motherfuckers no more, man. It's like a group of people, right? Even with the migrants. The migrants are making pacts with different gangs. So guess what? Prepare for terror in America. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, right? And guess what? The motherfucking days is right around the corner. They right around the corner, because it ain't gonna be you just reading about it on the news or hearing about it on your television, motherfucker. It's gonna be right next door. It's gonna be upstairs. It's gonna be at your job. It's gonna be at your fucking family gatherings, right? The spirit of death and evilness, right? It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? The Lord is taking away pleasure, happiness from this place. Prepare for misery. Prepare for uncomfortability. Yeah, prepare for no fucking safety, no help, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened. And I'm talking to you wicked motherfuckers, because we got a lot of wicked people listening to our videos. Yeah, that's why our videos be getting flagged so much, because it's a pussy ass motherfucker listening to our videos getting upset because they're wicked and the Lord gonna get their ass. So guess what? Prepare for your destruction. It says, while the sun or light, moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. What's about to happen? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, right? The keepers of the house are mad because they can't get things in order, right? It don't matter how much money you pump into the system, because that's what they think the answer is. We got to pump more money into the system. That's going to help. Well, the people's spirit ain't with the system. It don't matter how much money you pump into the system. Their spirit is not with your system. They want to see the downfall of the devil, right? The demise of the wicked. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. Talking about your jobs, and the grinders cease, because there are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, right? Closed doors, closed businesses. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. What's happening? The doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Nobody gonna want to hear no fucking music when they're hungry, when they're miserable, when they're upset. That spirit of mirth is gonna vanish. It's gonna disappear. It says also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way. And the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Prepare for famine, and desire shall fail. And your desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and mourners go about the streets, mourning people in the streets. Stupid ass people went to college thinking they was gonna do something, and now they're mad, they're upset, they're homeless, they're broke, in a state of despair and fucking misery.